What's up, everybody? Welcome to the next episode of Return to Duty. We are officially 1 week post-op from my ACL and meniscus surgery. And in this little clip, I'm going to review how the last week has been. So I'm filming this from my couch, which is where I've spent a lot of the last week. Really just kind of chilling and laying around and trying to get through the days following surgery. The surgery itself went really well, actually. I went in last Tuesday and I got to the hospital about 6 a.m. and met with the pre-surgery team and doctor, and all of them came in to go over kind of what was going to go on. My doctor basically said that when we go in there, they're going to try to see what that meniscus looks like. We were kind of worried that because of the injury that it might have been kind of shredded, or he referred to it more like a tissue paper substance at that point, and if that was the case, he wouldn't have been able to repair it. He basically would have just shaved down some of the meniscus. So thankfully, when they got in there, everything was as intact as it could have been, so he was able to get the flap that had torn and basically gone into that void space that prevented me from straightening my knee, and was able to get sutured back up. So all that went well. The ACL did a quad graft. So that was, we got some company here. So the quad graft went well. Surgery itself went well. I don't remember any of it. They gave me some stuff to knock me down before they took me back into basically the pre-op room. And then by the time I hit the surgery table, I was pretty much out of it and took some deep breaths and woke up in the recovery. Post-op itself wasn't bad. I was in a little bit of pain, so they gave me a little more pain medicine while they continued to monitor me as I was waking up, and finally ended up getting discharged about 11:30 that morning. It was still pretty sore, obviously, and in some pain, but pain meds and the nerve block that they gave me managed a lot of the issues I was having, so I really didn't have a whole lot of complaints coming from the getting out of there. I will say, if you end up having this surgery, especially if it's the ACL and the meniscus, if you have access to a vehicle where either it's got a full back seat or seats that recline or move back far, I would highly recommend using that type of vehicle. We use my wife's Durango, and it's got cabin chairs in the back, and a car seat, so it was difficult to try to get in there. So I ended up sitting in the front seat and had to shimmy my way in there because my leg has been locked straight out because of the meniscus repair. So got home, went straight to bed basically, and a little bit that day. I think I had like some toast and a protein bar. Not a whole lot of appetite, obviously. The nerve block lasted really till probably about 8 or 9 o'clock that night, and I started getting most of the feeling back in my leg. Still not a ton of pain. Was managing it with they gave me Percocet, Zofran, and aspirin to take home. So the Percocet obviously was doing its job and keeping me pretty relaxed, and that first night really wasn't that bad, to be honest with you. I woke up in the middle of the night, took some more pain meds, and went right back to sleep. So the second day, really didn't get out of bed a whole lot except to use the bathroom. Really didn't have a whole lot of appetite second day either, but I did try to eat some food and try to get some substance in my body. I had a little more feeling in my leg. Nerve block was basically gone at that point. Pain was all right, but manageable with the pain meds. The second day was really pretty unremarkable. Spent a lot of time just resting, sleeping when I could, keeping the leg elevated, using my ice machine to help with the swelling, and really just hanging out. And that was really the first 2 days. Really all I was able to do. So the third day is when things kind of changed a little bit. I started getting a little more pain throughout the day. I was really trying to space out pain medicine. One of the things the doctor told me before I left I got discharged, was to stay ahead of the pain because it's difficult to get ahead of it if you get behind. So I was taking pain meds and just regular Tylenol at that point, every couple hours to try to get ahead of it. Really hadn't had any nausea that day either. So this is day 3, would have been Thursday, so Thanksgiving. So I was able to move to the couch at that point, and spent again most of the day on the couch, trying to take it easy. Thankfully, there was football on, so that was a blessing that I had something to watch all day. And being Thanksgiving, wife was home, my son was home from daycare, so that was nice as well, that I wasn't really alone. I will say that if you end up getting the meniscus and the ACL surgery, that that first week, you've got to find someone that can be there with you really around the clock, because you're pretty much useless, which was honestly having to be, for lack of a better term, as lazy as I've been this last week and then dependent on other people has really been crushing to me, because that's just not who I am. I'm usually up and around and moving a lot and try to do as much as I can on my own. But God bless my wife, who is pregnant, taking care of me, taking care of a toddler, and doing all the stuff that she does with her work and her side and hustle. And she is a saint. So shout out to you, babe. Appreciate you. But the Thanksgiving Day had much more appetite, so I was actually able to enjoy some traditional Thanksgiving meals, which was awesome. Again, took it easy that day again. Nighttime of Thursday wasn't terrible. Again, woke up in the middle of the night, took some more pain meds, and that was pretty much it. Getting into day 4, which would have been Friday. Again, still achy. Oh, I forgot to mention, on day 2, day after surgery, I had a post-op in my initial PT visit. Post-op was great. Everything looked as normal as it should at that point, being 24 hours out of surgery. And PT was really just kind of a familiarization. The PT specialist that I'm seeing, the main physical therapist is actually a traveling PT. So unfortunately, he won't be there the whole time. I think he leaves in December. But it seems like they've got pretty squared away operation there. So I'm thankful for that. That's kind of been one of my big concerns moving forward, is what that PT looks like and how they're going to push me, obviously within the parameters of what they can. But my goal obviously is to come back stronger and better than what I was in the safest and shortest amount of time possible. So the orientation was great, and I think moving forward that the PT is going to be excellent there. So that was really great. It was a short session, gave me some home stretches to do. I bring that up because the last 3 or 4 days this week, when I've started to feel a little bit better during the day, I've been really trying to focus on getting that home PT in, even if it's just small little things to help. Sorry, I'm moving all around here. I only got my camera holder today. But it definitely has helped. And when I get to the later part of this first week, I'll explain where that all comes into play. So Saturday and Sunday, again, pretty unremarkable. But I did start developing a lot more pain. I was trying to wean off the Percocet as much as I could withstand, and just switching to extra strength Tylenol, which was fine during the day, but at night I was miserable. Would take it initially about an hour before I was planning on going to bed, and then I would wake up probably 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and be in some pain. So I would have to take another one and wait about 45 minutes for it to kick back in. to get some sleep. And then once I've used all of that up, which was, I think, the last ones I took were Sunday. So early Monday morning, and then again last night, and where will we be? Monday, Tuesday. So early Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, which is today, have not slept well at all, which, again, I've used the Google a lot through this whole process to kind of see where other people have been and what their recovery looks like. And obviously, to no surprise, not the lack of sleep is not uncommon. A lot of what I've seen has said the first week is pretty rough, and then by week 2 or 3, hopefully your sleep at night has been a little better. I will say that the pain hasn't really been like anything excruciating. It's more achy, and it's just uncomfortable to really lay in bed. So I've honestly been getting up in the middle of the night, coming out here to the couch and trying to find a position of comfort. Setting up seems to help a lot, and still trying to maintain some ice every once in a while. But at this point, it's just one of those things that I'm going to have to mentally get through. But hopefully the next day or two, sleep will return a little bit to normal, and the Tylenol will be able to get me through the night until I can hopefully stop taking that, which, hopefully is not more than another week or so. Monday wasn't too bad, especially during the day. I had my first PT session, and it went really well. I was able to do a full session, do a lot of the stuff that I've kind of already done or been doing at home, with a few added things. The main focus this first couple weeks is to get my right quad to start basically behaving correctly again. It is honestly the strangest thing. Someone who is, pride myself personally in the gym. Not many people are fans of leg day, but leg day is something that I have consistently hit hard, especially for the last couple years. So not being able to use my legs like I'm used to, and not getting my muscles to respond like I'm used to, has been pretty weird. I don't even know the way to say it. But this first PT session, aside from the regular, exercises of trying to get the whole leg to engage, they put me on a TENS machine for about 10 minutes to really try to get that muscle to start firing. And honestly, by the time I left, I felt pretty good about the progress that I had made. One of the things that the PT assistant that was working with me said, she said to measure your progress in weeks and not days or sessions, which is mentally going to probably be difficult for me because, like I said, I like to see progress as soon as possible. And the goal, obviously, is to get back to the truck as soon as possible and get back to normal life as soon as possible. But, again, everything I've read and seen online, this is definitely not a quick process. But I'm happy with where I've gotten that, even just that first session, this first week, really. And I've got another session tomorrow. I'm going twice a week at this point for the next 6 weeks. So all in all, this first week, really no major surprises. I tried to keep an open mind as much as possible about what was going on, or what to expect, I should say, because, again, everything I've seen online, everyone's recovery, especially that first week, has been all over the place. So if you're going through this, try to keep an open mind. It's good to have some knowledge beforehand about what to expect, but just know that your body's going to react completely different, and it can be frustrating reading some of the stories of recoveries and the horror stories that some people have, but follow your doctor's advice. Take your pain meds. I'm not a big pain med fan, but you've got to do it. It can be brutal, especially if you get behind on the pain management. Hoping that I pass that point now on I guess this is day 7. It's Tuesday, not Wednesday. But hopefully I'm past that point and just sticking with some Tylenol and fighting through it. Of course, now all day today, I really haven't had a whole lot of pain. So we'll see what tonight looks like. I'm hoping it's a much better night and I can actually sleep in my bed for the whole night. But some big key things week 1 and day of. Invest in an ice machine, either rent one or buy one on your own. I bought this one from a PT store. It was like $200 some, but it is magical. Have someone there to help you out that first week. I was fortunate enough that it was a long weekend because of the Thanksgiving holiday. So my wife was home pretty much the whole week. Obviously, she took the day off that I had surgery in the day before Thanksgiving, but you've got to have someone there that first week to help you around because, even if you're able to get up and move, doing things on crutches, if you've never used crutches, is a pain in the ass. And it's hard. It's hard to carry things that aren't in a bag or have a little handle that you can slip your finger through it to hold on to it while you're crutching around. So have someone there that first week. It sucks, but it'll make your life a little more easier. And then do the stuff at home that your doctor or your physical therapist provides. Try to get into a PT session as early as possible. I was extremely fortunate. I didn't end up going to the location that I thought I was going to, which was a little closer to home, going to the one where I actually had the surgery done at. But getting in early was important to me versus, distance-wise from the house. So get into a PT session as soon as you can. Do the home exercises to help get that quad to start firing and get that range of motion going. And then again, the big thing that they emphasize when you are at home in the brace, if you're icing, got your leg elevated, is supporting the heel of your foot with whatever you're using to elevate rather than trying to put like a pillow underneath your knee, because you're trying to get that leg to be fully straightened out by the end of that first week, because apparently that is one of the more difficult tasks to overcome in your recovery. So getting that leg used to being fully at 0 or even a negative is important. And then the last thing again is just be patient. Again, I'm not used to sitting around and being lazy. This couch has pretty much become my office for this week. I'm hoping next week to return to light duty at the firehouse. So I'll at least hopefully get out of this house for a little bit and get some fresh air, some sunlight. But that's really about it. So if you want to follow the rest of the journey, please subscribe to the channel. And again, these first couple weeks, I'll probably do a weekly update. As we get further along, we might switch to every 2 weeks or so, just because progress would just kind of be even, I hope. Hopefully there's some little wins over the weeks, but for right now, the plan is to do this every week until hopefully I go back to weight bearing. So thanks again for tuning in. Hope it helps. We'll see you next time.